J. Catterburn and Advanced. This is Stan J. Catterburn and Advanced Media Group. I'm at my home office at 1250 Fremont Street, Lancaster, Pennsylvania 17603. It's now 5:46 a.m. on Friday, September 22nd, 2023. I'm going to read my notice of appeal to Superior Court regarding my motion to dismiss all the stalking charges by the Ramirez. I'm going to read what I filed yesterday in the Lancaster County Courthouse at the Clerk of Courts. It was stamped and recorded. Notice of appeal to Superior Court of order dated September 15th, 2023 by Judge Reiniger. Motion for reconsideration denied. And now on this 12th day, on this 21st day of September 2023, I, pro se litigant and defendant, do hereby file this notice of appeal to Superior Court of order dated September 15th, 2023 by Judge Reiniger. Motion for reconsideration denied. Date Thursday, September 21st, 2023. Now, the second page is the order, and on the top of the order reads, not recorded on the docket as of today, Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Now, the order denying the motion for reconsideration is September 15th, but it was never recorded on the docket. Another act of cheating by the Clerk of Courts at the Lancaster County Courthouse. In addition to the preceding page, technically and legally speaking, the Lancaster County Court of Common Pleas, the Lancaster County District Attorney's Office, and the Lancaster County Adult Probation Office are state actors that constitute a criminal enterprise that should be prosecuted under the federal and state RICO Acts. Pro se litigant and defendant Stanley J. Catterburn has amassed a library of some 300,000 files, documents, video, and audio files that are contained in all formats and publicly available that provide the facts and truth contained in this motion for reconsideration. Defendant and pro se litigant Stanley J. Catterburn is a victim of a vast COINTELPRO operation that delivers the following. 1. Torture via directed energy weapons or microwave weapons only until recently publicly known as Havana Syndrome. 2. Vandalism, home vandalized and gaslit on a daily basis. 3. Computer hacking, all electronics and computers, including cell phone, constantly hacked. 4. Thefts, home contents constantly stolen, including clothing, medical supplies, food, household items, etc. 5. Community stalking by neighbors, celebrities, atheists, etc. on a daily basis. 6. Harassment, especially by neighbors, especially the Brunilda Ramirez family and persons of all places and establishments. Threats on a daily basis by neighbors and stalkers. 8. Defamation of character and libel, protocols of an influence campaign designed to discredit all the above, which began in earnest in 1987. 9. False imprisonments that began again in 1987 and continuing till today. 10. False arrests, fabricated criminal charges that began in 1987 and continuing today. 11. Fabricated no trespass notices, which began in 2005 and currently to the present. 12. Obstruction of due process and justice, litigation constantly under attack in the form of stolen documents, both digital and paper, modified court papers, clerks not filing documents on time or at all. 13. Drugging, almost daily drugging by a drug like Rohypnol. 14. Poisonous gassing, delivered on a daily basis. 15. Fabricated mental health record that began again in 1987 and continuing today. 16. Refusal to accept accomplishments of resume, total disregard to the truthfulness of the resume, biography, and advanced media group capabilities profile. 17. Family history, refusal to accept the truth regarding family history involving MK Ultra, the CIA, and the Lancaster City Police. Next page. Bold headlines. The Lancaster City Police have been knocking on my door at 1250 Fremont Street since the early 1960s to 2005 to present. Pro se litigant and applicant Stan J. Catterbone has been litigating in federal court, specifically the U.S. District Court for Eastern Pennsylvania versus the City of Lancaster and the Lancaster City Police since 2008. See case number 08-08942, Catterbone versus Lancaster City Police. The case 08-08942, Catterbone versus Lancaster City Police, was withdrawn without prejudice and granted by the Honorable Judge Mary McLaughlin. The following is the introduction filed in the case. The plaintiff, Stanley J. Catterbone, alleges that the City of Lancaster and the Lancaster City Bureau of Police and others colluded to deliberately ignore Catterbone's complaints on abusive process in an effort to interrupt and sabotage current and ongoing litigation and civil complaints against several major businesses and government agencies with headquarters in the City of Lancaster and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. These would include the Lancaster General Hospital, High Industries, Penn Square Partners and the Lancaster County Convention Center, Fulton Bank and Fulton Financial Corporation, Wachovia Bank branches, Lancaster Newspapers, the County of Lancaster, the Lancaster County Prison, Hotel Brunswick, James Street Investment District, Oro Films, Haverstick Films, and the City Bureau of Police. Catterbone also alleges that the City Bureau of Police were used to retaliate and sabotage other litigation and civil complaints against other police departments, namely the Southern Regional Police Department, Manheim Township Police Department, East Lampeter Police Department, Millersville Borough Police, Avalon Police Department, and the Stone Harbor Police Department. Catterbone alleges that by ignoring his complaints, the Lancaster City Police Department gave the green light for others to continue a long and successful period of harassment, thievery, property damage, computer and electronic hacking, detention, deletion and manipulation of court-related documents, records and evidence, mail fraud, and the like. These activities are so intense that they have taken on the characteristics of a hate crimes. Catterbone alleges that the gross abuse and negligence defamed his name and that of his company, Advanced Media Group, which discredited his reputation in an effort to diminish credibility in the courts and to disrupt and thwart any possible business relations and operations of Advanced Media Group, resulting in direct and immediate financial losses and loss of income. Chief Keith Sadler and the Lancaster City Police Bureau rejected and refused to resolve these disputes through mediation when Catterbone opened a case with the Lancaster Center for Mediation in May of 2008, and Chief Sadler communicated on May 8, 2008, that he would not cooperate and mediate with Catterbone. On several occasions in 2007, several police officers of the Lancaster City Bureau of Police instructed Catterbone in person upon responding to complaints. Next page. Not to call 911 or the Lancaster City Bureau of Police, and that the City Bureau of Police would not respond or take complaints. 2007. The Lancaster City Bureau of Police only took one incident of gas siphoned and stolen from Catterbone's 1991 Dodge pickup truck and refused to take the over 50 from December 20th, 2007 to present, or so others incidents as the complaint, regardless of the efforts to have Lancaster City Mayor Rick Gray and the Lancaster City Solicitor to look into these allegations and complaints. Catterbone had meticulously documented the incidents in a journal and a long log of gas receipts, photographs, and odometer miles for all the incidents. The Lancaster City Bureau of Police had responded to approximately 10 or so 911 calls in the last 18 months to 1250 Fremont Street, residents of Catterbone, for complaints of property damage, stolen property, legal and business files and evidence for litigation, computer and electronic hacking, with with deleted electronic files, harassment, terrorist threats, stalking, stolen mail, etc. Catterburn had complained of abusive process to state and federal law enforcement of the situation, including U.S. Senator Arlen Specter's office. Catterburn had visited the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, in both Harrisburg and Philadelphia for help and intervention. Catterburn also had personal meetings with Lancaster City Mayor Rick Gray in Lancaster City Hall on at least 4 occasions to find a solution to the problem and for help to mediate the problems and resolve the conflicts and the pain and suffering, as well as loss and destruction of property that Catterburn was undergoing. In November of 2007, Catterburn and the Advanced Media Group went public with their downtown Lancaster investment and business plans that were culminated over the past 9 years. The Advanced Media Group also formally and publicly introduced their downtown Lancaster action plan by handouts, websites, and blogs, and began meetings and negotiations with major stakeholders, City of Lancaster public officials, developers, and investors. In 1997, Catterburn had solicited attorney Christina Rainville of Philadelphia and pro bono attorney for Lisa Michelle Lambert in the Laurie Show murder case. The murder trials and appeals of the Lambert case demonized Miss Christina Rainville and U.S. District Court Judge Stuart Dozell. After Catterburn submitted documents and audio recordings, Miss Rainville had communicated with Catterburn that she was not able to take on his case due to the fact that her Philadelphia law firm had banned her from taking on any more Lancaster County residents, despite the fact that many more sought legal counsel. On December 31st, 1997, Catterburn had personally delivered a CD-ROM to the chambers of U.S. District Court Judge Stuart Dozell in an effort to bring attention to his case. In May of 1998, Catterburn submitted an affidavit to the law firm of Schneider and Harrison outlining the prosecutorial misconduct or finding of facts of the 1987 cover-up for Miss Christina Rainville. Catterburn alleges that these facts were part of the attitude and motives for the law enforcement at large of Lancaster County and thus the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to ignore the rule of law and procedures in order to bring these false arrests and malicious prosecutions. The Lancaster County community at large had the same attitude toward Catterburn. Next page. The Lambert case received national notoriety when U.S. District Judge Stuart Dozell freed Lambert on a habeas corpus appeal hearing, citing she was actually innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. Judge Dozell was quoted in chambers as saying, "I can tell you, Mr. Mansbacher, that I have thought about nothing else but this case for over 3 weeks. And in my experience, sir, and I invite you to disabuse me of this at oral argument, I want you and I want the Schneider firm to look for any case in any jurisdiction in an English-speaking world where there has been as much prosecutorial misconduct, because I haven't found it." The case was covered by a 3-part series in the Los Angeles Times by writer Barry Siegel on November 10, 1997, and a television episode on the A&E Network American Justice Series. The Lancaster community gathered over 10,000 signatures on a petition to impeach U.S. District Judge Stuart Dozell for his ruling. In the end, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania took control of the case and appealed the ruling that freed Lambert, sending her back to prison. Judge Larry Stengel. The case went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court in 2005 after being denied any review. The case accentuated the rights of federal law versus state law, and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania solicited a team of attorney generals from across the nation to help their cause. Catterburn attended a hearing before Judge Larry Stengel in the Lancaster County Court of Common Pleas. To this day, due to his knowledge and experience with the Lancaster County judicial system, and law enforcement believes that this case should have never been conducted without a jury trial, and that the overzealous prosecution proves that prosecutorial misconduct was never thoroughly investigated or prosecuted in the Lambert case. Catterburn will not let this happen in his case. Certificate of service to ADA James Reeder on or about Thursday, August 21st, 2023. Who changed the dates in here? Anyway, that's the end of it. These people changed the dates on this. You had to, you assholes. Yeah, they did. Anyway, that concludes the reading that was filed yesterday and stamped and recorded in the Lancaster County Clerk of Courts. It's now 6:01 a.m. on Friday, September 22nd, 2023.